The UNFSS is a People's Summit, and that's a fantastic opportunity to bring all the challenges related to food systems to the wider public. However, food systems are connected to land and water and ecosystems, and we need to understand these natural as well as social systems and how they interact. Surprisingly, water is not very much considered in the overall setup. Yes, implicitly it is there in the different action tracks, for instance, when the discussions are around nature positive food productions, or about increasing the resilience, which can be done, for instance, through rainwater management or irrigation. But to really follow a full system approach, we need to understand the interconnections between the different systems. Not considering water enough can just break food systems. Climate change is making the situation even worse and leads to changes in the hydrological cycle that we have more often too much or too little water, and therefore increase water scarcity.
Water is essential for all life on Earth. It is particularly essential for food system functioning as a key input into food production, but also in processing and preparation, and as a food itself. Poor food system management pollutes our water resources, and healthier diets rich in animal source foods, vegetables, fruits and nuts will deplete our water resources further. Globally, 1 in 3 people are malnourished, while every third person lives with water stress. And we are moving to a reality where every second person on the globe will be malnourished and live with water insecurity. Growing food insecurity and malnutrition are closely linked with water scarcity, while achievement of SDG 2 on zero hunger and SDG 6 on clean water and sanitation depend on each other. How can we jointly resolve both challenges? We need to improve the quality of water-based ecosystems and their functions, urgently upgrade agricultural water management and make irrigation nutrition sensitive. We also need to reduce water and food losses beyond the farm gate and explicitly address social inequities in water and food access.
Multiple investments into water management are needed. For instance, in the reuse of wastewater for food production, or to set up combined systems for irrigation as well as aquatic food, rice fish systems, for instance, to diversify the income for the farmers, but also with many health benefits for the people having more protein and micronutrients. Investment in water storage is also very important. Too long was the discussion about big dams and all these environmental and social consequences. But we can store water in multiple ways, including into green infrastructure, in groundwater, in wetlands, small reservoirs distributed in the catchment. Finally, energy is also very thirsty, and we need to come up with integrated approaches of the water, food, energy, environment nexus. Energy needs water for mining, for cooling water when we produce electricity, but also the renewables like biofuel need a lot of water. Therefore, integrated approaches are desperately needed.
We need to manage our water risks now, before we find ourselves in an irreversible joint water and food insecurity crisis. This also includes reducing climate change through joint action across water, energy, and food systems that can substantially reduce climate change, and thus also lower climate change impacts on these systems. This will take political will and increased agency for our primary water users and food producers, that is, women and men farmers. If we accelerate action on these fronts and prioritize water and its links to food systems, we can still turn things around.